In this video, I'd like to talk about how I repaired a misfire of the number 3 cylinder in a 2004 Toyota Camry. Here's a spoiler alert, it was caused by the dealership. The symptoms? I'm driving down the road minding my own business when suddenly the car starts to bog down horribly. Luckily, the car did not stall and I could limp it home. I got out my trusty OBD2 reader and I hooked it up. After interrogating the car's computer, I found one code. P0303 cylinder 3 misfire detected. Wow, that sounds pretty serious. So I head over to my collection of Hayes maintenance manuals and I look for the appropriate document. Okay, here it is. This one should work. So the first thing I need to check is electrical. So let's look at the spark plugs. Where the heck do they put the spark plugs on a 4-cylinder engine? Time to go back to the maintenance manual. It looks like they hide them underneath this cover. It's amazing the neat stuff you can learn by reading. These 2 bolts hold the cover on. I removed them. And the back side of the cover is held in by friction. Just pop it off. Okay, let's take a close look at these spark plugs. These are actually the coil packs on top of the spark plugs. That looks good, and that looks good. Now this does not look good, and this does not look good. What in the world? I go in and I wiggle this connector and find out that it's loose. Back to the maintenance manual. What's this connector go to? Oh, look at that, the number 3 cylinder. So the number 1 cylinder and the number 2 cylinder connectors are fine. The latching mechanism on both 3 and 4 cylinders are destroyed. It looks like they're being held in place by some sort of pigeon poop or sealant. A quick check of my maintenance record shows the only time these connectors were removed was during a major tune-up I had done at the Toyota dealership. During the tune-up, they had to replace the spark plugs. Apparently this stuff is some sort of high-tech baling wire and duct tape that you can use to hold parts onto cars if you break that part. Makes you wonder if this happens at all Toyota dealerships or just in the city of Puyallup, Washington. If you've never removed one of these connectors, let me show you how it works. You push down on this tab with your thumb, and it raises this tab, unlocking the connector. Let's take a look. To install it, simply push it on. Listen for the click. To repair this, I just ordered some new connectors. The new connectors came with wires attached. I guess their intention was for me to splice them in, but you don't have enough room for splicing. It's very easy to remove these wires off the new connectors and just install them on the original wire bundle. To do this, first use a small screwdriver to pry out this white tab. It locks everything in place. Then you just use a jeweler's screwdriver to press on a little lever inside the connector and the wire pops right out. So that you get them in the right place, just move 1 pin over at a time. The bottom connector is the original connector the dealership destroyed, and the new connector I'm putting on is on top. See the link above for a more detailed description I put out on this connector and how to work with it. After you're done moving the wires over, simply pop that white piece back in place. It took me about 20 minutes to change all 4 connectors. I took the car out for a test drive and it drove just fine. So here's my takeaway on this repair. If you ever have a mechanic work on your car and you know they went anywhere near the spark plugs, ask to personally look at these connectors before they put that cover back on. Having your car break down in the wrong place can literally be a life and death situation. Since I had the car torn apart anyway, I decided to change the coil packs and spark plugs. I'll post that in my next video. Thanks for watching.